Thank you so much to the Oodie for collaborating with me in today's video.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Gianna, Lian, and I basically just bring you along throughout my life. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, I'm recommending you guys the ultimate scary spooky books that I recommend for you guys to read during the spooky season. Halloween is literally next week. Kind of crazy. Wasn't expecting it to come that fast because it's coming up so quickly. I'm giving you guys my ultimate scary book recommendations. I have the ones that I have read that I recommend to you guys, and then I have the other ones that I have not read but I still would recommend because I personally really want to read them. We have a lot of books to get through right here, so we're gonna jump right into this video. But first, I literally almost forgot. Because we're getting into all these spooky, scary books, I want to be comfortable, you know? Hold on. This is my brand new Oodie, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this thing. Which brings me to my point. Thank you so much to the Oodie for collabing with me in today's video. I just received this in the mail. I ordered the pink one, obviously, because we all know I love pink on this channel. I was so surprised to know how big this was. I'll insert a full clip here. This thing is massive. They have so many options online. You guys can visit their website right up here where you can look and decide what Oodie is perfect for you. They have lots of different styles on their website. They also have an Instagram, which will also be linked down below for you guys to check out. I got the regular Oodie, but they also have kids. Overall, it's literally the biggest, comfiest thing ever, and I am so excited to curl up with a nice spooky book and snuggle up in my Oodie. And I almost forgot to mention that you guys can use my code right here for $35 off your Oodie. And we can all curl up with a nice book and our wonderful Oodies. And once again, a big thank you to the Oodie. Okay guys, let's hop right into this video because I need to talk about these books. The first one I have is The Silent Patient by Alex McAlides, I think. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. This book is one of my 5-star reads. I read it a little while ago and I'm still obsessed with it to this day. But if you haven't heard about this book through Booktok and literally the whole book community, we basically have our main character, Alicia Thompson, and she was caught by the police and arrested right after she shot her husband in the face 5 times, and then she never spoke a word again. So now she's locked up in a mental institution and she still has not said a word. Our next character walks in, Theo, and he's a psychotherapist that is determined to unravel Alicia's case and figure out why she did it. Why has she not spoken a word since then? And really just trying to get her to talk. But ultimately, could there be more to this situation? You never know. But yes, this was a 5-star read for me. The plot twist at the end, let me tell you, I was not expecting this. I know a lot of people say that this book is kind of predictable, but I didn't see it coming. Literally, the plot twist was right in front of my face the whole entire time, yet I didn't see it coming. I was shocked. I was like, I had to put the book down. And it's definitely a super popular book in the book community, like I mentioned, especially with spooky season. This will be a perfect psychological thriller for you guys. So I definitely recommend this one, and it definitely deserves all the hype. The next one I have here is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book is not new, guys. This book is super, super popular, and this was also another 5-star read for me. But for what it's about, we have Loan Ashley, which is our main character, and she's a struggling writer until she ultimately receives the job of a lifetime. She's assigned to complete famous author Verity Crawford's unfinished series that she can't complete because of unknown reasons. And from there, Loan basically unravels secrets that were not meant to be unraveled and found out. It comes down to if Loan can really uncover what is actually going on in the Crawford home. As Colleen Hoover is known for her romance books, this is a psychological thriller with a little dash of romance. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, I devoured this book in a night. I could not put it down. And surprisingly, I was kind of freaked out and scared from this book, especially the manuscript chapters. I was a little spooked, I'm not gonna lie. It's perfectly spooky for the spooky season, but not too spooky. It's definitely not a horror, I would say. I would check trigger warnings for this one because some of the things are a little bit gruesome and hard to digest. I'm just gonna leave that there. Also, let me know if you guys are team manuscript or team letter down below, because I definitely think we're gonna have some debates in the comments, so please let me know. But I personally am team manuscript. The next recommendation that I have read that I recommend to you guys is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the first book out of the 2 other books in the series, and I rated this a solid 4 out of 5 stars. But we have our main character Pippa, which in the book she's referred to as Pip. and she decided to do her senior project on a closed case that closed 5 years ago. And this is the case on Andy Bell, which is believed that Andy's boyfriend, Sal Singh, murdered his girlfriend and then killed himself. So Pip is really interested in this case, and she honestly thinks that Sal is innocent, and she's basically doing this project to prove Sal's innocence. But in doing that, many more secrets unravel, and she soon realized that someone in the town doesn't want Pip digging around anymore, and this project has basically become a bigger thing, and now her life is possibly at stake. This book is super fast-paced. I had so much fun with this book. It also includes lots of fun things like interviews, maps, text messages, emails, everything like that, which I love when books do that. It was overall just an amazing YA mystery read, and honestly perfect if you're in a slump or just want a quick little mystery for the spooky season. The next book I have is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I don't really remember what I rated this book at the time, but I think I would give it a solid 3.8 out of 5 stars. But to get into the details, this is basically a story of the psychological effects of the relationship between a young girl named Vanessa and her 42-year-old English teacher named Jacob Strain. It's very dark and heartbreaking, and so many confusing emotions that put friendships, relationships, everything at risk. Just super dark and definitely not light. With that being said, please check trigger warnings on this book. I personally, when I was reading this, it was kind of hard for me to get through, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it was disturbing, a lot of it was hard to digest, and I definitely would check trigger warnings because this can be such a triggering topic. It's not necessarily a scary book, but I still think that it would be a nice dark read for the gloomier, spookier weather, if that makes sense. The next book I have here is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I rated this a 5 stars. This is probably my second or third favorite book that I've read this year so far. But this book actually isn't very known. It's not very hyped up, so to tell you what it's about. So our character Monday Charles has gone missing, and no one seems to care that she is gone or realize that she's gone except her best friend Claudia. But with lots of back and forth, no one really seeming to help, Claudia is determined to get her best friend back and figure out what happened to her. Where has she been? Is she okay? She just needs to figure out where her best friend is because she's ultimately at a loss without her. I personally feel like the setting and mood in this book makes it perfect for spooky season. I personally read this when it was getting warmer outside, but the whole entire time I was feeling very gloomy. I was picturing the weather being really dark and cold and leaves falling, all that stuff. This was one of the biggest page turners. I devoured this in 2 days. It's a pretty chunky book and I ripped through it. I did not want to put this book down. I was obsessed with it. But I think that is an amazing mystery slash thriller with a few elements of found family throughout it. It was just an amazing read, and I definitely think you guys should pick it up this year because you definitely will not regret it. The next book that I have is Bunny by Mona Awad. I'm actually currently reading this right now. I have about like 30 pages left. This is definitely the ultimate Halloween spooky book for you guys, so listen in. I did mention this book in my fall TBR, which you guys can watch right up there, or it will be linked down below in the description as always. But basically, I don't even know how to explain this book because, first of all, every single person I ask has no idea how to explain this book to me or their thoughts on the book in general. From what I'm getting from it is we have our main character, Samantha. She goes to a rich art school called Warren, and she basically goes to workshop, which is like a writing thing. There's this clique named Bunnies, and they refer to all of them as bunnies. Samantha really only likes to stick to her one friend, Ava, so she's not really into all those cliques and stuff like that. But then Samantha gets an invitation to the Bunnies Smut Salon, and then things just go down from there. That's all I'm giving you guys. It's definitely a crazy book. It's definitely gonna mess with your brain. You're not gonna really understand what's going on or how to interpret it, but that's the fun of it. This book is classified as horror and basically just super dark, which I agree. Some things are pretty gruesome, not gonna lie. You guys just definitely need to read this, especially before Halloween. Take my word for it. That Oodie is so comfortable, but it is very hot and my cheeks are getting all red. So I had to change back into my sweater, but I definitely will be putting it back on to read later. But those are all the books that I have read that I recommend you guys for the spooky season, and just scary books that I recommend in general. Now moving on to a few books that I wanted to share with you guys that I personally want to read before Halloween. So the first one, this is actually on my October TBR, is The X Hex by Erin Sterling. I went through this book multiple times if you guys have watched my other videos, and I promise you, when I finish Bunny, this is my next read. I'm so excited to pick it up. I've heard so many good things. The newest one actually just came out, The Kiss Curse, and I think it's definitely going to be a cute little speedy read, funny little rom-com moment, maybe a second chance romance, and of course with lots of spooky elements as our main character Vivi is a witch. I've been recommended this book way too many times from my Goodreads friends and from you guys that I'm picking it up. I promise, and I'm so excited. Before Halloween, make sure you guys read this book. The next one I don't have the physical copy, but it's 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. This book got a little bit of hype, but I haven't been seeing it too much. To fill you guys in on what it's about is 10 years ago, our character Jess's mother was murdered by the Magpie Man, which is a serial killer, but she was not his first victim, and she certainly is not going to be his last. But moving forward, Jess is now a star on a YouTube reality TV show and is basically using it to catch the Magpie serial killer once and for all. And now the whole world is watching her, but not only that, the Magpie Man is also watching her too. So I'm feeling a lot of tension. I'm feeling a lot of suspense. It's already gripping me. But this book is known as a chilling horror murder mystery story, which, come on, that's perfect. I'm definitely looking for a murder mystery that's gonna keep me up all night, and this one might do it. And the last one that I'm recommending to you guys that I don't have, unfortunately, is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I've mentioned Riley Sager in a few of my other videos. I recently picked up The House Across the Lake, which is one of his bestsellers. I haven't gotten to that book yet, but I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy Riley Sager's writing and just him as an author in general, so I definitely want to pick up another one of his really popular books for the spooky season. The synopsis for this is a little bit confusing, so I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can and just try to follow along. We have one of our characters, Quincy Carpenter, and she went on a vacation over 10 years ago with her friends, and she was the only one that came home because she survived a horror movie scale massacre. And because of this, she became a member of a club no one really wants to be a part of or really talk about, and they are known as the Final Girls, which includes 2 other girls that also survived the impossible. And as the story progresses, they seem to be moving from their past until one of the final girls turns up dead. And now it becomes a race to figure out what happened, who's next, and ultimately what secrets lie between the final girls. Are they all innocent? Honestly, I don't even know what to think about this book. So many of the booktubers I watch have absolutely adored this book, so it's definitely on the top of my list for the spooky season. And honestly, I did feel some pretty big FOMO that I have not read this book or The House Across the Lake, but I have heard that a lot of the people that like The House Across the Lake also really enjoyed Final Girls. But this is just another one of my anticipated suspenseful horror mystery thriller genre of a book for the spooky season. But yeah, these are all the books that I have recommended to you guys. I definitely think that there is some amazing reads in here that I definitely recommend for you guys. Some of these are personally my all-time favorite books, spooky season or not. I really hope you guys enjoyed some nice spooky recommendations that I had for you guys. I obviously have a lot more, but I could only pick so many because I don't want this video to be too lengthy. But I would like you guys to let me know down below what book you guys are most excited to read before Halloween, because I would always like to know your guys' opinions, of course. With that, I am gonna end this video off right here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn that post bell notification on so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And with that, I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!